In the United States, the sausage industry has reached a huge scale with hundreds of billions of products created each year. This is an important part of the global food supply chain, helping to meet the consumption needs of millions of people. But how does this production process take place? Is the processing technology really modern and safe? Do the farms that provide raw materials ensure quality? And more importantly, how has competition in the international market affected the economies of the countries involved? Sausages in the United States are produced from many different types of meat. The most popular being beef, pork, chicken and turkey. The U.S. meat processing industry operates on a large scale, consuming millions of tons of animal meat each year to produce processed foods. The production process begins on livestock farms, where cattle and poultry are raised according to strict standards before being sent to slaughterhouses. Large farms in the US often apply modern technology to control meat quality from the very beginning. They are equipped with automatic monitoring systems, controlling the diet and living environment of livestock. However, there is still controversy surrounding the use of antibiotics, growth hormones and animal living conditions. While some small farms do not meet hygiene standards, large corporations invest in sustainable farming methods to meet strict requirements for food safety and animal welfare. After being slaughtered and initially processed, the meat is transported to sausage processing plants. Here, the production process takes place with modern technology and is fully automated. The meat is ground, mixed with spices, preservatives and food additives to create a characteristic flavor. Some high-end sausages are also supplemented with natural ingredients such as black pepper, garlic, or cheese to increase attractiveness. Meat is received from slaughterhouses and undergoes a rigorous quality control process to ensure it is free of bacteria or harmful substances. The meat pieces are sorted based on quality, then transferred to the processing area. Any tough or undesired fat is removed. After processing, the meat is put into high-capacity grinders to be ground into a smooth mixture. This is an important step to help the sausages have a sticky and smooth texture. The meat mixture is then mixed with spices, salt, pepper, sugar, and preservatives to create a unique flavor. Some high-end sausage factories also add natural ingredients such as garlic, chili, cheese, or even truffles to enhance the quality of the product. The ratio of spices and ingredients is precisely measured by a computer system, ensuring that each batch of sausages has a consistent flavor. Once the meat mixture is mixed, it is fed into a stuffing machine to be filled into the sausage casing. Sausage casings can be made from natural animal intestines or artificial collagen. Natural animal intestines are often used for traditional sausages because they provide a more natural texture and chewiness. Meanwhile, artificial collagen casings are more commonly used in large-scale production because they're easy to maintain and have lower costs. Sausage stuffing machines can produce millions of sausages per day at high speed. The sausages after being stuffed are twisted into pieces and cut into standard lengths. to ensure that the sausages are fully cooked and safe for consumers. They must undergo a heat treatment process. There are 3 common methods. Steaming. Sausages are fed into large steam ovens to be cooked with steam. This method helps retain moisture and makes the sausages have a softer texture. Boiling. Some sausages are boiled in hot water to cook quickly. Smoking. This is a popular method of sausage production in the United States. Sausages are placed in a smoking chamber, where they are exposed to smoke from natural wood, usually hickory or cherry wood, to create a characteristic flavor. After being cooked, the sausages will be quickly cooled using a modern freezing system to maintain freshness and extend the storage time. Next, they are packaged using vacuum technology or air preservation to prevent bacteria from entering. Before being released to the market, each batch of sausages must undergo a quality control process. Random samples will be tested to ensure that there are no harmful bacteria such as Salmonella or Listeria. If a problem is detected, the entire batch of products may be recalled. After passing the inspection standards, the sausages are transported to supermarkets, fast food stores, restaurants and exported to many different countries. Food safety and industry controversies. Despite the strict controls in the US sausage industry, there are still concerns about product quality. Some common controversies include use of preservatives. Some sausages contain nitrates and nitrites, 2 compounds that help extend shelf life but can form carcinogens when cooked at high temperatures. Incoming meat quality. Not all factories use premium meat ingredients. Some establishments use scraps or low-value cuts of meat. Raising conditions. Some industrial farms have been criticized for cramped living conditions. Excessive use of growth hormones and antibiotics. To meet the needs of health-conscious consumers, many brands have launched organic sausages that are free of artificial preservatives and use meat from naturally raised animals. Import and export of sausages and global economic competition. The US sausage industry not only serves domestic demand but is also one of the important food exports. Countries such as Canada, Mexico, Japan and China are major consumer markets. However, US sausages also face competition from other countries such as Germany. Spain and Brazil, which have a long tradition of sausage production. Strict food safety standards in the EU. The European Union does not accept some preservatives allowed for use in US sausages. Tariffs and trade protection policies. Some countries impose high tariffs on imported foods to protect domestic production. Changing consumer trends. Many countries are shifting to organic foods and reducing processed meat consumption. Despite this, the United States remains one of the world's largest sausage producers. Thanks to modern technology, a widespread distribution system, and constant innovation in production. The next step is to stuff the meat into sausage casings, which can be made from synthetic collagen or natural animal intestines. The sausages are then put through a heat treatment process, including steaming, boiling or smoking, to ensure complete cooking and extend shelf life. Some factories also use high-pressure sterilization (HPP) technology, which kills bacteria without using too many preservatives. However, food safety is always a major concern for both manufacturers and consumers. The US government imposes strict standards on food hygiene and inspection. requiring each batch of products to be tested before being released to the market. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration, FDA, and the U.S. Department of Agriculture, USDA, have a role in supervising the entire process from farming, processing to packaging and shipping. Any violations can lead to mass product recalls, causing serious damage to businesses. In terms of import and export, American sausages not only serve domestic demand but are also exported to many countries around the world. Important markets include Europe, Japan, China, and Canada. However, some countries impose strict trade barriers on processed foods from the United States. Especially those with different food safety standards. For example, the European Union has strict regulations on the use of hormones in livestock farming, which makes it difficult for some products from the United States to access this market. Competition in the sausage industry is fierce. In addition to domestic American brands such as Oscar Mayer, Nathan's Famous, and Hebrew National, many foreign companies have also entered the market, creating great pressure on American businesses. To maintain a competitive advantage, manufacturers are forced to continuously improve technology. Optimize production costs, and improve product quality. In summary, the sausage industry in the US is a huge industry, operating with advanced technology and adhering to strict food safety standards. However, it also faces many challenges, from the quality of input meat, supervision by authorities, to competitive pressure in the international market. In the context of globalization, this industry continues to grow strongly, contributing to the growth of the US economy and influencing the global food market. Modern sausage production process in the US. After the raw meat is transported to the factory, the sausage processing process begins with modern automation stages, with the goal of producing hundreds of billions of sausages each year. Factories in the US are constantly improving technology to optimize productivity and reduce production costs. The sausage industry in the US is a huge sector, operating with advanced technology and subject to strict food safety supervision. Despite many controversies surrounding meat quality, preservatives and farming conditions, this is still one of the important industries, contributing greatly to the economy. However, to maintain a competitive advantage in the context of the changing global market, the US sausage industry needs to continue to improve technology, aim for healthier products and meet the strict standards of importing countries. Continuing to expand the article, we will delve deeper into the impact of the US sausage industry on the economy, workers, the environment, as well as predict future development. Trends. Economic impact of the US sausage industry. 1. Contribution to GDP and employment. The US sausage industry is not just a food processing sector but also a major economic driver. It is estimated that the processed meat industry, including sausages, contributes tens of billions of dollars to the US GDP each year. Large corporations such as Tyson Foods, Hormel, Smithfield, and Oscar Mayer control much of the market, but hundreds of smaller companies are involved in production, from artisanal processing facilities to large-scale factories. In terms of labor, millions of Americans are employed in the processed food supply chain, from raising livestock and poultry to operating processing plants. Logistics, retail, and exporting. Common positions include production workers in meat processing plants, food engineers and food safety specialists, quality and regulatory inspectors, operations and logistics personnel, sales and marketing staff in the food industry. Although the industry provides many job opportunities, working conditions in some meat processing facilities remain controversial, especially regarding wages, hours, and benefits for workers. The U.S. sausage industry not only serves the domestic market but also has a major impact on the global food supply chain. Importing raw materials, such as beef from South America or spices from Asia, and exporting sausages to foreign markets makes the industry vulnerable to fluctuations in the world economy. Tariff policies and consumer trends. In recent years, trade tensions between the U.S. and some countries such as China have affected processed food exports, including sausages. Some businesses have had to adapt by expanding their markets to other regions, such as Southeast Asia and the Middle East. Since sausages are primarily made from pork, beef, and chicken, they indirectly contribute to greenhouse gas emissions from the livestock industry. Livestock, especially cows, emit large amounts of methane, which is a major contributor to climate change. According to a United Nations study, the livestock industry is responsible for about 14.5% of total global greenhouse gas emissions. This raises questions about the sustainability of industrial sausage production. Sausage production requires large amounts of water not only for raising the animals, but also for processing and cleaning the plant. Excessive water use can put pressure on clean water resources. Especially in water-scarce areas like California. In addition, the livestock industry requires large amounts of land to grow feed for livestock, which can lead to deforestation in some areas, such as the Amazon in Brazil, where the United States imports a lot of animal feed ingredients. 3. Waste from processing plants. Meat and sausage processing plants produce large amounts of wastewater containing fats, proteins, and chemicals from food additives. If not treated properly, they can pollute water and soil. To reduce their environmental impact, many factories have adopted advanced wastewater treatment technology and used renewable energy sources to reduce carbon emissions. As consumers become more concerned about health, the environment, and sustainably sourced foods, the sausage industry is seeing major changes. The rise of plant-based products has spurred the emergence of vegan sausages, made from soy, pea, or mushroom protein. Brands like Beyond Meat and Impossible Foods have launched meatless sausages that still have the same texture and taste as their traditional counterparts. Many fast food chains, including Burger King and McDonald's, have tested vegan sausages on their menus to meet the demands of health-conscious and environmentally conscious customers. Improvements in manufacturing technology are making sausages safer and healthier. Some notable trends include eliminating or reducing nitrates, nitrites. Companies are looking to replace traditional preservatives with safe